That's what they're doing. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Erin McCormick. Erin will be speaking also from the Dynamic Leadership Path with a speech entitled Grit. Erin McCormick has overcome many obstacles in her life, and she's here to speak about grit. She will tell us exactly what it means to have grit and also share some experiences in her life where she displayed it. With her speech entitled Grit, help me welcome Toastmaster Erin McCormick.
Grit. Why in the world would I pick a speech based on the word grit? What does it mean? Well, let me tell you, I'm reading a book. Grit, the power of perseverance and passion. Sounds pretty powerful, right? And as I was reading it, I started thinking, you know what? I think I have some grit. And I went down this rabbit hole of past experiences, and I thought, you know what? I want you to get to know me a little bit. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about me through instances where I feel like I displayed grit. Now, grit is defined in this book, Grit by Angela Duckworth, as the ability to persevere to achieve long-term goals. I might be paraphrasing. But I was like, okay, so when did I do this? All right, I did this starting 10 or 11 years old. You see, my parents took me to a festival. They like those festivals, and they always have kids areas. There was a competition. The competition was who could sit on a block of ice the longest. And I was like, I can do that. So you have all these kids, younger than me, older than me, and 10, 11-year-old me, I'm not sure how old, and they go 3, 2, 1, sit. So we sit. And of course, some kids that aren't so gritty, up, gone. Other kids, they squirm, they scream, they moved around, and they're gone. Finally, it was me, one other kid. And we were not moving. Because you know what we figured out? If you sit on a block of ice long enough, your bum goes boom. And we weren't getting up. And so the organizers called it, we got a time, some lame prize I don't remember. But what I do remember is I sat there, and so did he. What did we have that those kids did not have? So let's fast forward to about 14 years old. And at 14, I was going to be a freshman in high school. And I was so excited because I had wanted to be a cheerleader my whole life. And my mom said I couldn't do it until high school. And so I show up to the first day of tryouts. And if you're not aware, cheerleading tryouts bring all the girls from all the different middle schools for a week. And you have to learn how to jump. You have to learn how to do a routine. You have to even dance. I hadn't done any of it, but I wanted to. So I showed up that first day and I learned, and then I took it home. And when I got home, I practiced outside until the sun went down, and I went into my room and I continued to practice. The next day I showed up again, and I did that every single day. The final day comes. They call you in one after another, and there's a panel. And you have to now jump, cheer, dance in front of these people that I don't know, but they're going to decide if I make this squad. There were 35 girls, and only 8 of us were going to make the freshman cheerleading squad. Guess what? I made the squad. I had no experience, but I wanted it because I had what? Grit. Thank you. We're going to fast forward just a little bit further. We're going to get to right after college graduation. Now, college graduation, do I have any fellow Seminoles here? Go FSU. Thank you. All right. So I graduated college, degree in meteorology, very taxing on the brain. I am a math person, so if anybody needs math, I'm here to help because I have a math minor from that. But I needed a break. And so I decided I'm going to go down the road to Fort Lauderdale Beach, and I'm going to be a beach lifeguard. Sit in the sun all day, look over everybody, and I'm going to take a break. But first, I had to pass a swim test and a life-saving test in the ocean. The swim test was 500 meters in less than 10 minutes. I've been a swimmer, I've been a lifeguard. So I went ahead and I got there, I went for my test, and I swam my little heart out. And I get to the end and I come up and they go, you failed. And I said, oh, I failed. They said, you can come back in 3 weeks. I said, all right, be back in 3 weeks. Every day, starting to see a pattern here. Every day, I showed up at that pool and I swam, and I could not break 10 minutes. It was driving me nuts. And there was another lifeguard there that noticed that I was swimming and swimming and swimming, and I wasn't getting anywhere. And they gave me a few pointers. And so once they gave me those pointers, I changed my technique. Guess what? I started beating the time. So remember, it's only 3 weeks. How do you cut a lot of time off of swimming in 3 weeks? You fix your technique. But I also practiced. And they came, they timed me. And now keep in mind, there were other lifeguards there just to see me fail again. And you know what? Passed. And thus began my time as a lifeguard. It was glorious until I became a middle school teacher. I'm going to stop there for now because I have more stories I can tell you. I think you get the idea. And so what I want everyone here to do, I want you to think about, maybe you have a challenge you're facing right now. Maybe you have a goal or a dream that you want to chase down. And I want you to think back, go back in time. When did you show grit? When you look back and you see where you show grit, tell yourself, I'm tough. I'm stronger than that. I am going to go after this dream. I'm going to go after that goal. This obstacle is not going to get in my way because you all have grit.
Grit.
Thank you.